Okay guys, here we are with the Malefic. Yeah, that's basically what they're. Malefic deck recipe. I thought I was gonna say something else, but this is the Malefic deck recipe that you saw me use in the previous two videos. This is personally my build of it. It's not the best, it's not the worst, it's personally my build. So, oh, I do run only 2 skill drain. So, yeah, so this is my opinion based on what I think a good Malefic deck is. I mean, there is Malefic skill drain, which you just use Stardust and Cyber End, but it's, you know, enough talking about that. We'll actually get started on this deck recipe. So, first off, we have 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons. We only have this because we have Malefic Blue Eyes White Dragon in the deck. Also, you can use the card's trade-in to put it in the grave, so you can set up for the Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning, which, right now, we're going to talk about it. So we have 1 Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning. Now, we have this in here, and we have other sort of monsters in here, because of the fact that Malefics cannot have more. You cannot have more than 1 Malefic at a time on the field. So having other cards like this, and this, helps you swarm the field a little bit more. So basically, what you do is you banish 1 light and dark, and then once per turn, you can activate one of these effects. Either you can banish 1 card on one monster on the field and banish it. It doesn't matter if it's face up or face down, which, you know, it's really, really good. Better than Catastor by like 10-fold. But it cannot attack because that would be absolutely broken. Also, if this card attacks and destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can you can attack again in a row. So yeah, and it's a 3000 attack point. A really broken card in my opinion, but whatever. Next we have 2 Caius. Basically, I use this. If you bring out a Malefic, you tribute the Malefic for this card, then you bring out another Malefic to do a bunch of damage. Examples are, you bring out Malefic Blue Eyes, you tribute it for Caius, then you special summon Cyber End, because you banished whatever Caius to make the field open. So now you have a 4000 beater attacking your opponent directly. Really, really good. I actually like the fact that I added this card in the deck. You can add the Zarbog if you need more light to destroy monsters in particular, but Caius is definitely the best of the Monarchs in my opinion. So yeah. 1 Dark Arm Dragon, if you have 3 in a grid. Oh right. Anyone that doesn't know, you targets a card and banishes it, and if it's a dark monster, you deal 1000 damage. Dark Arm, 3 monsters in the grave, they have to be dark, and you banish a card to destroy a card. Now, you can put cards in there because of Caius, you can put cards in there because of Malefic Parallel Gear, Montage Dragon, maybe Malefic Truth gets to the grave. You can just special summon Malefic Blue Eyes, Malefic Cyber End, and you would have your 3 darks in there. It's very easy to bring out Dark Arm in this. The only downside is you can end up with too many darks in the grave, but it's not too much of a problem because it usually never happens. Because, you know, this deck isn't really a swarm deck per se, but it does help you get rid of stuff that's really annoying and strong. 2 Malefic Blue Eyes. The only reason I have this in here and not... Alright, let's go over this a little bit. Malefic Red Eyes. What do I think about that card? True, there is a Sword of 7 Stars, but it's a really awkward card to have. You don't really have any things you can really do with it. It doesn't have any special effect. It has like the same effect Blue Eyes does. It's really hard to search it out, and even if you have it, it's not really gonna help you out. A more reliable card is Blue Eyes, in my opinion, because of the fact that you can use trade-ins. Trade-ins allow you to get rid of Blue Eyes, allows you to get rid of the normal monsters you draw, because if the normal monsters for Blue Eyes are in hand, you can't really do too much with those then, because you have to banish the Blue Eyes from the deck. And if you have a Red Eyes in your hand, then you have to wait out, and then when you get the Malefic Red Eyes, it's basically dead. Same thing for Rainbow Dragon. There's no special thing for Rainbow Dragon for rank 10 or level 10. So yeah, pretty much Rainbow Dragon, Malefic, and Red Dragon, or Red Eyes, Black Dragon, pretty much dead draws in my opinion. But you could run them if you want, but I don't feel the need to. It really doesn't help out the deck in any bit. Also, to note, there can only be one Malefic monster on the field, so if you have a Blue Eyes, you can't get Cyber End. If you have Cyber End, you can't get Blue Eyes. This card can't. Oh, right. This is the only Malefic monster is the only ones that can attack while they're on the field, and face up field spell. If it's destroyed, destroy this card. So yeah, 3 Malefic Cyber End Dragons. Basically, what his thing is he's just a 4,000 attack point beater. That's basically what it is. Moving on, and just so you know, you banish the Cyber End, which in your extra deck is that card. Next is 2 Malefic Parallel Gears. I actually really enjoy this card because it allows you to synchro of a monster in your hand, as long as the monster in your hand is a Malefic. So if you use Blue Eyes with this card, you can make the card Malefic Paradox Dragon, and that basically allows you to get 2 darks in the grave. Allows you to trade in one of the Blue Eyes to have 1 dark, 2 darks, 1 light, and basically have a, how much attack do you have? Alright, 4,000 attack points. Really, really good, guys. I recommend it tenfold, but you know, you don't have to run it. You could run stuff like Plague, Gale, whatever, if you want a tuner that is a little better than this. But it's just in there to make Paradox Dragon. It's a Malefic monster, and not too much to say about that. 3 Stardust Dragon. It protects your field spell, pretty much the only reason. Also, it's really good with trade-in. You can trade in it, and you can use it for a synchro with Malefic Parallel Gear. 2 Malefic Truth Dragon. 3 is too much, but I think 2 is fine. You could Foolish Burial these. I don't have it in the deck, but you can. But basically, this card is in your grave or hand, and a Malefic monster is destroyed by battle or by card effect. You can pay half your life points, special summon this card from your hand or grave, and now you have a 5,000 point monster on the field. Basically a free 5-headed, well, not really a free 5-headed, you could basically, which brings me to the attention of this now, I'm pretty sure you can run, yeah, you could actually run Dragon's Mirror in here and make it 5-headed if you wanted to. I'm not going to, but you guys can. Anyways, so when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, it destroys all of your opponent's monsters. Really, really good effect. Not too many cards do that. It's basically like Dark Hole on steroids, because you do that, it destroys it, next turn, 5,000 damage. Next we have 1 Marshmallon. Basically protects you from your monsters getting destroyed, or prevents you from taking damage too much. Deals 1,000 damage too, and it'll stay on the field until you don't need it anymore. At that time, when it gets sent to the grave, you'll have another light for Envoy. Now, Montage Dragon, I personally like it. You guys can take it out if you want, because Skill Drain does wreck it. It basically makes it not even worth having on the field. But basically what you do is you discard 3 monsters, and this card gains 300 attack equal to the amount of their levels. Now, what you can do is you can do 2 Malefic Truth Dragons, because they're still playable from the grave. So that's 3,600, 3,600. I usually go for a Malefic Cyber End Dragon also. So that is 9,000. Wait, no. 10,200 life points that you'll deal. So basically it's OTK with Montage Dragon. Really, really broken. You can also drop the blue eyes for Envoy, you can drop whatever you please, but Montage Dragon, pretty much an MVP if you need him to be. Really, really strong. Do not, and I mean do not doubt this card for a second. If you have skill drain, however, it still might be a good idea to drop the cards in the grave, but remember, skill drain will make him 0, so be careful. As for spells, we have one Allure of Darkness. You basically draw cards. You can get rid of dead cards like Malefic Truth Dragon, Dark Arm Dragon, because Pot of Avarice isn't a thing, so just banish stuff you don't need. Also, if you lose your blue eyes in the deck and they're in the grave, just get rid of these using Allure. 2 Malefic Worlds. Basically, you choose 3 Malefic monsters. My personal choices are you choose 3 Malefic cards. I personally like to go for the field spell and the 2 traps, but you guys can go for whatever. I usually go for 3 of these, then I try to go for 3 of these, then I go for like 2 of these and a Malefic Truth Dragon. Sometimes I just go for Malefic Truth and 2 gears before going for these, just so I can open up my options a lot more. This card right here basically searches out the whole deck. It basically gives you your plays, and yeah. Personally, if you want to keep this card safe, search for 3 of these, put this out on the field, and then just keep searching and searching. What did I do? Okay. And yeah, and basically you'll search out, like, let's see, how many Malefics do you have in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, no, I could do it the easier way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 cards. It searches out 15 cards in the deck. Not including itself, of course, but 15 cards. So 15 cards would make it 25 cards. It's a really, really good thing. Not to mention, you can just press B and just draw a card if you don't need any more Malefic support. So yeah, pretty good. Keep in mind you do not get your normal draw if you choose to activate this, so that's the downside of it. But whatever, it's fine. It also lets you shuffle the deck, so yeah, if you know you're going to draw into something really bad, it shuffles it, or if you have a bad draw, it shuffles the deck pretty much. Mystical Space destroys a card. Yeah, no reason to worry about it. Swords of Revenge Light basically stalls out until you get what you need. To Terraforming, I personally like this, and it's the only thing that's searching out the field spells, so it does make you go +1, I guess. I don't know how that really works, but what I like to search out for is Malefic World. Then I like to search out for a Seal of Orichalcos, which let's talk about that now. Basically, what this card does is your monsters gain 500 attack. If you control 2 or more face-up monsters, your opponent cannot attack the lowest. And if you have any special summon monsters, they automatically get destroyed. And you can only activate this card once per duel, so that's why you only have 1 of them. Other stuff to keep in mind, you cannot special from the extra deck, which is why this is a perfect card for Malefics, other than the fact that the Malefic Parallel here needs to bring out the other card. But this is a perfect card for Malefics because it powers them up. Perfect card for Montage, powers him up. Perfect card for each one of these monsters. So yeah, brings them up to at least 500 more attacks. So 2 trade in, basically discard 1 level 8, draw 2. Do not discard Blackluster Soldier. More along the lines of discard Blue Eyes, that's 2. Discard these Blue Eyes, 2. Discard a Stardust, that's 3. If Montage is a dead card, then, you know, trade it. Simple as that. 1 Bottomless banishes a destroy, then banish a 1500 or more attack point monster or monsters that were special summoned during the time this card is active. Compulsory, return something back to the hand. Basically, XYZs don't like it, Synchros don't like it, whatever. 1 Eradicator Epidemic virus. You rarely draw into this, but when you do, it's really good because you can tribute. If your card's gonna get destroyed, you can tribute your monster, and as long as it has 2,500 more attack and it's dark, got that covered. Anyways, if it follows those guidelines, you can hit your opponent's spells, which I personally recommend you hit spells nowadays because the traps aren't usually any good or anything to worry about. No, it's not any. I just said that really badly. I personally think spells are really good to hit if you're battling Dark Worlds. Traps are also good to hit if you are having trouble with them. If Crush card was in here, I think I might run it, but who knows. 2 Malefic Claw Stream. This card, if you have a Malefic monster on the field, you can destroy an opponent's monster, and is searchable by Malefic World, so yeah, really good. 2 of them though, because 3 of them, well, you wouldn't be in a bad situation, but personally, Mirror Force does a lot better than this card. If you need it, Mirror Force to destroy more. So, and it does the job without Malefic monster, so 2 is just fine. 2 Metal Reflex Slime. Basically, you special summon in defense, has 3000 attack or defense attack, and it's a 10-star, which you can exceed with the Cyber End Dragons after you're done attacking, and do some more damage with rank 10s. I don't believe I have rank 8s in here, due to the fact that I don't really have any 8s that would be summoning too much other than Montage, Stardust, and Envoy. So yeah. And Blue Eyes, of course. So yeah, so it's in there for rank 10s. Mirror Force destroys your opponent's face-up attack positions. Skill Drain, you pay 1000 life points and negate all your opponent's monsters. And yours too. Which doesn't matter because the only thing you're negating is that every monster can attack now if you use Skill Drain. And if your field spell leaves, it doesn't matter because this card doesn't blow up. However, from what I read, even under the effect of Skill Drain, you can only have 1 Malefic on the field, so not sure why in this game it's that ruling. So yeah. Next is 3 Cyber End Dragons. Their effect don't matter, they're just there to bring out the other card. Ally Justice Catastor, just something to synchro into if you can't make a certain other card. Malefic Paradox Dragon, what it does is when it synchro summons, select a synchro monster in either player's grave and special summon it. There can only be 1 face up. Malefic, Paradox, whatever. So yeah, you get a free synchro on your side. So if your opponent's playing a synchro based deck, you get free synchro. Triple Stardust, you're not gonna make it ever. It's only in there for Malefic Stardust. 2 Sky Palace, Gaga, Gingo, I don't know. You detach 1, target 1 card on your opponent's side of the field, and it does 1000 damage along with destroying the card. And you cannot attack the turn you do that, because that would also be really broken. But it does have a 3400 attack point range. So yeah, skill drain this card. Another Malefic End Dragon comes out, 7400. Plus, if you use this effect before a skill drain, then it basically is an OTK. Except that you can't attack that turn, so it's not an OTK. This is in here because it's a rank 10. And once per turn, you can detach 1, destroy all spells and traps your opponent controls, and your opponent cannot activate spells and traps in response to this. Pretty good. I never made it, but it's there. And 3 Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max. That's a mouthful. Basically 2 ranked or 2 level 10s, and you do 2000 damage. Once per turn you can do 2000 damage, but you detach. So basically you do 4000 damage. So basically you can end the game by doing a Malefic End Dragon into your opponent, putting this in defense, activate the effect, 2000, next turn, 2000 again. So, really good. I recommend 3 of those, and if you want, take this out and put 3 of these. But I think this card does a lot more damage than this card. Just saying. 3 card Ds, you normal summon it, you draw 2 cards, and you end your turn. 1 Dark Hole gets rid of opponent's monsters and yours. The only reason it's not in the main deck is because it can get rid of your Malefic monsters, and it would be annoying. 2 Mystical Space if you need it. 3 Duality if you need more draw power. 2 Deck Devies because it gets rid of your opponent's weaker monsters if they're playing something that involves weaker monsters. 3 Reckless if you need to draw. Of course, you skip 2 draw phases. Oh, a thing to note about this: activate this card when it comes to your turn when you draw a card, so you go +3 and not +2, and then lose your draw phase. Unless if you get Mystical Spaced and you really need to use this card, then go ahead. But if you didn't get Mystical Spaced, wait till your turn comes, and then there you go, draw 3. 1 Solemn Warning if you want to switch out Compulsory or Bottomless. Basically, it stops pretty much any specials, any kind of summon. Really good card. You pay 2000, and it's a spell speed 3, so it can hit basically anything, and can only be stopped by counter traps. So, yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this deck recipe. Sorry that is a little long, but you know, I really wanted to get into the cards. As I said before, once I feel that some of these extra deck cards or some of these cards are becoming too familiar, where I keep saying them a lot, then I'll be a little quicker with the deck recipes. But yeah, so this is the deck for Malefics. Any complaints I have for the deck? I really never draw into a dead draw, to be honest. I really think it's really good. I can get out some really good plays. I have strong monsters. My opponent can't really deal with this deck too much because they don't know really how to, I guess. If you really want, you can use like Gear Towns and whatever also, and yada yada. But my whole point of the deck was make a Malefic deck that basically tries to use a wide variety of Malefics, and I think I did pretty good here. If you guys like the deck recipe, so yeah, go ahead and leave the comments out in the section down below. I give this deck 8 out of 10, obviously. But anyways, leave your comments in the section down below. Tell me if you like the deck. What would you change? What didn't you like about the deck? What would you rate this deck yourself? I mean, you don't have to rate the deck, just saying. And yeah, I hope to catch you guys next time. Remember, you guys can always leave deck requests, and I will try to get to them as fast as I can. And yeah, so I will catch you guys next time. This is Dragox55 signing out. Have a good day.